Yang Kai woke with the first rays of dawn. He didn't need an alarm. His ambition was a fire in his belly, always burning. He splashed cold water on his face, each drop a reminder of his purpose. Ling Xiaoge was not a place for the soft. His room was Spartan. A cot, a table, a single flickering candle, it didn't matter. He wasn't here for comfort. He was here to train, to hone his skills, to become stronger. Every day was a step on the path to martial mastery. He moved through his forms, each strike precise, each block firm. He was low-ranked, looked down upon by many, but he knew potential when he saw it, and he saw it every time he looked in the mirror. His breakfast was simple rice and water, fuel for the challenges ahead. He ate quickly, his mind already on the training yard. He could hear the clang of swords, the shouts of his fellow disciples. The day had begun. Ling Xiaoge. Even the name commanded respect, tinged with fear. It was a crucible, forging warriors in the fires of competition. Only the strong survived. And Yang Kai, he was determined to not just survive, but to thrive. The ranking system was brutal, a constant reminder of your place. Every disciple wore a badge, their rank displayed for all to see. Yang Kai's bore the mark of a low-ranking disciple. It was a weight on his shoulder, but he would not let it crush him. The training yard was a tempest of activity. Disciples sparred under the watchful eyes of their instructors. The air crackled with energy, the clash of wood and steel a constant rhythm. To climb the ranks, you needed more than talent, you needed grit. Yang Kai joined the fray, his eyes scanning his opponents. Each fight was a lesson, a chance to test himself, to learn, to grow. He knew he had a long way to go, but every journey begins with a single step. He moved with a speed that belied his low rank. His strikes were precise, economical. Each one aimed to exploit a weakness. He was outmatched, outgunned, but never outmatched. His opponent, a boy named Zhao, sneered. Zhao was 2 ranks above Yang Kai, a fact he made sure everyone knew. He fought with a lazy arrogance, confident in his superiority. It was a fatal mistake. Yang Kai felt the rhythm of the fight, the ebb and flow of Zhao's attacks. He waited for his moment, patient, calculating. It came like a lightning strike, a swift combination, a feint, and then a decisive blow. Zhao stumbled back, his face a mask of disbelief. The crowd that had gathered to watch gasped. Yang Kai had won, but he knew better than to celebrate. Zhao might be arrogant, but he was also influential. This victory would not be forgotten. Yang Kai bowed to Zhao, his face impassive. "Thank you for the match," he said, his voice devoid of triumph. He knew this was just a small battle in a much larger war. The war for respect, for recognition, for a chance to prove himself. And the news of Yang Kai's victory spread like wildfire. Whispers followed him as he walked through the courtyard. Some were impressed, others skeptical. There were always those who resented, those who challenged the established order. He could feel their eyes on him, assessing, judging. He ignored them, his focus unwavering. He had a goal, and he wouldn't let anything distract him, not whispers, not stares, not even the sting of past failures. He reached his usual training spot, a secluded corner of the courtyard. It was nothing special, just a patch of hard-packed earth. But it was his, a place where he could push himself to his limits without distraction. He began his training regimen, his movements fluid, powerful. Each strike, each block was imbued with his determination. He was like a tightly wound spring, coiled and ready to unleash. The other disciples continued to watch him, their curiosity piqued. They had seen his victory, witnessed his skill. Now they wanted to see if he was the real deal or just a flash in the pan. He didn't disappoint. Hour after hour he trained, pushing himself to the brink of exhaustion and then beyond. His movements were a blur, his focus absolute. He was oblivious to the world around him, lost in the rhythm of combat. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the courtyard, Yang Kai finally allowed himself to rest. He was drenched in sweat, his muscles screaming in protest, but he felt a deep sense of satisfaction. He was one step closer to his goal. He knew his journey was far from over. In fact, it was just beginning. But he was ready. He had the spirit, the determination, and the unwavering belief in himself. He would face every challenge, overcome every obstacle, and one day he would reach the peak of martial might. He would make Ling Xiaoge remember his name.